where does this go from here? Although there's part of the discovery process, or it's the discovery process, which is also, so that the creative process is something that I mentioned in like a path to an efficient creative process, or a path to establishing an order of operations, which, well, order of operations is a mathematical term. Compounding simple components is a mathematical process.
Right.
Compounding is a math term. It's, you know, where numbers grow exponentially. So when you have simple elements working together, their beauty or their functionality can grow exponentially as well.
Right.
And to the point to where you lose sight of the simple beginnings. And I guess that's kind of the point, is that's where the path leads, is and that's kind of a test to know if you've achieved this effect with whatever it is, whether you're baking a cake, or you're, you know, trying out a recipe, or you're making a painting, or you're denting a can. It's if at the end of the path, the simple beginnings are no longer evident, which would make someone wonder, how did you do that?
Right.
You know, so it's when you go beyond that simple beginning. It's like, how did you make this croissant so fluffy?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, well, it starts very simple.
It seems magic.
It starts in a bowl with some water. It's very simple, you know. And so it has kind of a magic. Seems magic. So, and so it's kind of a process to get there. It's like, how do you get there? It's a path to a process.
All right.
So
I've seen a few of your videos of your process too.
Yeah.
Of you actually denting.
Yeah. And that's kind of the thing, is like some people, or one response is this, you know, like, this is a very extraordinary claim that you're doing this by hand. So people kind of expect proof,
right.
I suppose.
Yeah.
But so in the process of creating the art, I had to document the art. So, and the same with when I made paintings, I had set up, you know, a space to photograph and document my work, so I could reproduce it and to show it people, you know, have it online and stuff. So documenting these, documenting the reflective surface of the can, especially since the can is so varied, you know, is very difficult. If there's something you lose when you see it in person, like say in your studio here, when you see it, you see all the intricate, subtle light reflecting the surfaces, you see your reflection, so it makes sense. But if you take a picture of it, there's definitely something that's lost because you're not in the environment. And when you're in the environment with it, it's, you know, it's not like being there. Looking at a picture like this, it's not necessarily like being there. So I had to create a documentation unit, essentially, which is an environment that would be a standard environment that provides a reflection on the can. And so there's like, basically, there's a camera in a box. The sculpture goes in the box, and the walls of the box.
Have you posted that? Have I seen that before? I probably haven't seen the whole.
It's in my studio.
It's
in my studio. I have one built right now, but I'm building a bigger one. And so when that's built, I'm going to do a story, a little, you know, or a post or some stuff about it. Because doing that, so I had to. So those are all photographic things. So like product photography, like this is all you know, field of photography where people do stuff like this to photograph, you know, technical photography and parts and all this stuff. So that's what I did. So I had to find it's a gradient and color of the inside of the box that provides the best reflection, a reflection that shows the shape, shows the form. So let me just put it, if you put a shiny can in a white box, it almost looks completely flat.
Right.
You don't see any of the dimensions. So there has to be this variance that occurs for the shape to become, for you to see the shape of the form, or the form of the shape. And then you also have to hide the camera, because the camera will be reflected on the surface of the can.
Right.
So getting that all figured out and set up was a process unto itself. But it's done. So going through all of that kind of led me into making creative video projects with my work, and that's part of what I do and what I share online. It is to film the process of denning itself, but also so I'll do stop motion animations of the work.
I went back. So I've seen a good bit of it, but I went back today or yesterday and saw the stop motion one.
Yeah, I've done
with the. Did the color go as well? Or you shaved?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is what I was thinking as well. I'm like, this man has so much damn patience because just to do not only to dent the can, but to keep placing it back on your stand.
Yeah.
Like.
So, and that is, I mean, you can imagine what's entailed, and it's done step by step.
Yeah.
And then I'll take other considerations. So I'll make a dent or a slight modification, then put it on the stand, but I might rotate the thing 1 degree for every photograph, so it's spinning as it's being formed as well. So I try to get not too complicated because I'm trying also, the stop motion is a very simple process. It's just photographs in series. Right. So I try to use the same approach to it as I would to my art, and just make it something as simple as possible. So it's not edited afterwards or anything. But trying to think it out as well as possible ahead of time is really
gotcha.
And that's also so the goal I was trying to achieve with building this environment to photograph and take videos of the sculptures. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought for a second there. But yeah, so the goal was to create a photograph that is exactly what I was trying to capture. So it's not edited or anything. So I'm capturing with the camera settings. So I have my f-stop, my exposure, everything is set. Right. My lighting, the box is lit from within, so the lighting is the same every time. And so the picture I take is the picture that I want. So there's no post or anything. So I tried to set it up to be as good as it could.
Digital though, right?
It's digital.
Okay, digital camera, but you post. You don't like the post editing.
Not the post. It's cropped.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So there's not really any. So I capture the picture and I figured if I can achieve that, then I kind of know that I'm doing it right. I thought, and it's gone well. I'm actually, like I said, I'm redesigning that. Itself. So I also designed and built a rotating platform. So I can take video of the can rotating, so you get a 360 view of it. Then it also fits the piece in its display assembly, and that spins, so you see it from all angles. Because there's this obsession behind creating the art and this attention to detail, and so that goes beyond that goes into documenting the work as well. So I try to meticulously document. So just so that it can be viewed, essentially. That's so that it can be shown as effectively as possible. If someone, because they're expensive also, if someone is buying it without ever seeing it in person, then I want to convey it as effectively as possible to them.
You do a great job.